This is the November Walking Challenge. Alright guys, so this video is going to be fairly quick, but we're going to talk about the November Walking Challenge, which is going to be fairly simple. Now, what we're going to do this time around, we're not going to use any equipment, we're just going to walk, but we're going to use walking intervals. And the walking interval exercise we're going to do is the Japanese walking technique. Now, this is where you walk 3 minutes briskly or fast, then 3 minutes slow. You're going to do that for 5 rounds. With that, guys, that should bring you to 30 minutes. So this shouldn't be too complicated. And I say no equipment, just use your sneakers and whatever clothes you have in your bag. As far as weighted devices like a vest or backpack, we're not going to do that yet. We're probably going to do that next month or in the month of January. So I'm going to have a couple of more walking challenges, and then we're going to probably switch into more workouts, if you will, and how to get rid of fat, especially visceral fat, which is the more dangerous fat for us. But again, we'll get into that in a little bit. Now, guys, the Japanese walking technique. There was a study done almost 20 years ago out of Japan stating that this has better results than walking normally. So what you've been doing now for the last few months is just walking at a steady pace. This is going to push you a little harder, especially if you're going to throw hills into this. Now, if you're not throwing hills into this, which I wouldn't suggest you do if you're having a hard time with hills now, because if you get to that 3 minute point where you have to walk briskly up that hill, it might not be good for you. Now, I'm doing it now, and even when I get to the top, I felt like I ran up the hill. But if you want to try it, give it a shot. And if you don't feel good or you feel weird afterwards, then 86 the hill, meaning get rid of the hill from that walking exercise. Try to keep this technique, if you will, the Japanese walking technique, on flat ground. Again, if you want to be an animal about it, add a hill into it. The weighted vest and the backpack, we're going to do that again either December or January, because I promise you, I did it the other day, and by the 3 minutes of just walking, I was like, man, I felt good, but I felt burnt out at the same time. So we're going to entertain that in a few months. Right now, we're just going to do the interval walking. Now, again, that Japanese study stated that this is better overall than walking moderately. It tones your legs, it burns fat, visceral fat especially, and you get more out of it than regular walking. And they even state that it's better than walking 10,000 steps a day. Now, I'm still going to promote the 10,000 steps a day, but you're going to do this walking technique in the morning fasting. So don't eat anything. Maybe black coffee, mushroom coffee, whatever it is, and then you're going to go for this walk. And you're going to use an app that has something called EMOM. EMOM is every minute on the minute. Now, you can adjust that minute to 2 minutes, 3 minutes, and what you're going to do is you're going to do 3 minutes on fast, 3 minutes off or walking slow. And you're going to cycle that for 5 rounds in your phone, which should give you 30 minutes. And the reason why you should use the EMOM apps is because, or timer apps that have EMOM in it, is because when you're walking, if you get into your head like I normally do, you'll forget, you'll look down and like, oh shit, it's 3 minutes and 40 seconds past. Now you got to make up for it. So try to use an EMOM app. There's many of them out there. Just type it in your search bar for apps, and you'll see a bunch of them come up, a bunch of free ones, a bunch of paid ones. Pick the best one and use that. And you're going to incorporate that with your headphones if you walk with your headphones, or not. If you walk with your headphones, you're going to hear a buzz or a beep, whatever it is, to let you know, all right, now you got to slow it down or speed it up, however you have it set up. So again, that's the only thing you'll have to do is download an app. Try to go for a free app that has an EMOM timer on it. Outside of that, guys, you should definitely start burning fat a lot faster. Now, when you start this challenge, this Japanese walking technique, November 1st, weigh yourself. Write down your weight. Hopefully, if you've been doing these walking challenges, you should have come down on weight. And if you have, please write it in the comment section below. But at the first of November, you're going to write down your weight, and you're going to see how much weight you should week to week. You should be coming down some weight week to week if you're sticking to this walking technique. Now, you should do this walking technique 3 to 4 times a week. Maybe 5 if you want to push it. But 3 to 4 times a week, start there and see how you feel by the end of the week. If you feel good, step it up another day, right? But I would keep it between the 3 and 4. I would aim for 3 weeks in the first 2 weeks, and then 4, maybe 5 in the last 2 weeks of the month, and see how much fat you lose and how much body weight you drop by the end of the month in November. So let me clarify something. When I said 5 rounds, I meant 5 rounds walking fast, 5 rounds walking slow. That's a total of 10 rounds altogether, which will make it a half-hour walk altogether. Other than that, guys, this is the Angry Prepper Fitness channel. Thank you for watching.